the Secretary General Haji Abdullahi Salat. We have Haji Khamis Omar, our National Treasurer. And then we have the Deputy Chairman, Sharif Khitami. We have with us the Regional Coordinator of Central, Brother Maluki. And then we have Sheikh Dr. Adan Yunis, the representative of Northeastern Region. This press statement on the nomination of IEBC Chairperson and the Commissioners. The Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims wishes to address itself to the last Thursday's announcement of nominees to the position of the Chairperson and members of Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, as follows. The Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims, first and foremost, congratulates the nominees and the selection panel for the milestone achieved towards constituting the electoral body and wishes the nominees success as they face vetting and approval by the National Assembly. Meanwhile, we wish to observe and state as follows. As one of the institutions under the corporate umbrella of the Interreligious Council of Kenya, IRCK, who nominated members, 2 of our members served, in fact the chair is our member, on the selection panel, SUPKEM unreservedly supports the selection panel's recommendations and the President's nominations that are now before the National Assembly. We are therefore confident that the National Assembly will add the much-needed extra layer of vetting and approval, the product of which will be a team that earns the trust and confidence of the people of Kenya to manage their elections, which are very key to our young but enduring democracy. In this regard, the Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims has ironclad confidence in the selection panel and its outcome, and we will continue to render this support as and whenever required. In essence, we will not run away or question a process which we have been fully involved in and supportive of. We therefore appeal to the National Assembly to expedite the vetting of the nominees for speedy reconstitution of IEBC because the people of the Republic of Kenya are anxious for the IEBC to be up and running to conduct pending by-elections and embark on the delayed boundaries review. Any further delay will affect these processes and affect the preparations and timelines for the next presidential and general elections, which, as the present political environment attests, promise to be very competitive. But as we affirm our support of and confidence in nominees, we are equally concerned about the toxic political rhetoric that has already greeted the nominees. A section of our senior politicians has publicly cast aspersions on the character and competence of the nominees, especially the nominee for the IEBC chairmanship. One of the issues raised by a senior politician is that there should have been further consultations within the dominant political class before the president announced the nominees from the list presented to him by the selection panel. We find this suggestion absurd because constituting the selection panel itself was a very participatory, negotiated, and consultative process. In fact, some of the senior politicians now are admonishing the president for announcing the nominees as their competent representatives on the selection panel. So unless they are saying that they don't trust the contribution of their representatives on the selection panel, another round of consultations to agree on the persons already recruited by the selection panel, would only serve to open another round of unnecessary haggling and political horse trading that will further delay the constitution of IEBC. Just the way the interests of justice are not in favor of endless litigation, public interest is not in favor of endless consultations. Above all, the nominees will be facing vetting in the National Assembly, and if anybody has a problem with any or all of them, they will have a chance to raise them. We therefore appeal to all stakeholders and Kenyans at large to support this process and lend support to the nominees in order to inspire confidence in expected new IEBC. If our memory serves us right, and from the regular report, we went into 2007 general elections with an election management body that had been heavily falsified to the extent that the tragic 2007-2008 post-election violence was almost inevitable. Meanwhile, we recommend that as a confidence-building mechanism in future recruitment of IEBC commissioners, the selection panel should do what the Judicial Service Commission does in the recruitment of judges by presenting one name for each position, so that the president only performs the ceremonial function of announcing the nominees, so presented, and submitting their names to the National Assembly for vetting. The idea of selection panel representing multiple names for the president to choose from indeed does not inspire confidence. In fact, defeats the very purpose of constituting the selection panel to do the recruitment. Thank you, and may God bless you, us, and the country. Thank you.
Ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Leo tumekusanyana hapa kwa jambo muhimu sana la nchi yetu, jambo ambalo kwamba tulikilingojea kwa siku nyingi sana. Watu wamelalamika sana kwa kuwa hakuna chombo cha IEBC. Kwa hivyo leo imefika hadi ya kuwa chombo hiki kiko tayari. Panel wamechaguliwa kihalali, kumefanywa uteuzi. Lililobaki ni kufika bungeni ili watu watoe maoni yao, watoe na uteuzi wao. Hakuna time tena ya kuanza tena upya, kwa sababu katika nchi yetu kuna mambo twenda roundabout, kirba goji, goji kirba. Hatutaondoka mahali hapo. Ni lazima jahazi iondoke. Jahazi kuondoka ni kupatikana masarahangi na wapekaji ile jahazi. Panel imefanya kazi yao. Sasa ni kufika kuwachagua ile panel. Panel ikichaguliwa itakuwa tatizo limeondoka. Kuna by elections nyingi. Wakati hauko na sisi kuanza tena upya. Kwa nini watu wakawa wababaika juu ya uteuzi ambao wa panel? Tumewatagua panel kwa maridhiano. Watu wamekubali juu ya panel. Sasa imekuwa watu wataka kuzunguka. Hii ni kutia tashwishi. Ni kutia tashwishi, kwa sababu watu hawa wakichaguliwa itakuwa kuna question marks zote. Waache watu wafanye kazi yao. Twawaomba viongozi wa kisiasa na twaomba mashirika yote, sisi kama Supreme Council tukishirikiana na taasisi zingine za dini under IRCK, tuna jukumu la kuhifadhi katiba hii, na moja katika kiungo muhimu ni IEBC. Na IEBC ina mbinu zake za kutaguliwa wale watu. Mbinu ya kwanza ni kuwa kuna panel. Panel imechaguliwa, haina utata wowote, na panel wamewachagua watu tena on regional balance, ambapo kwamba imekwenda kila mahali. Kwa hivyo waacha ende bunge, kisha president afanye kazi yake ili tuondoe ili jahazi, kwa sababu matatizo yaliyokabia itakuwa kama yale ya nyuma yaliyotufanya tukawa mbange. Nchi ikabadilika kabisa. Hatutaki nchi yetu izorote tena. Njia muhimu wafaka ni kuwa tukubaliane na hili jambo ili tuondoe yale matatizo tulionayo. Kuna watu wataka kuwakilishwa, wabunge wameondoka, kuna ma MCAs, kuna nyingi. Kwa hivyo wacha nchi ifanye kazi yao.
Thank you. As well. So I think there is an opportunity for Kenyans to present whatever evidence they have to the National Assembly for consideration. I also want to advise Kenyans that by any chance a Kenyan is related to someone, if it is so confirmed, doesn't deny that person an opportunity to be given. It doesn't, because everyone is actually a Kenyan. He has the right, and if that person has qualifications and has been considered, cannot be disqualified by the virtue of being related to so and so. I think Kenyans are being looked at the individual level, not and how they can deserve, or they can, deliver the mandate that they have been given. I think by just calling names and whatever is not the right thing to do. So there is that layer that Kenyans can still have an opportunity of presenting whatever evidence they have for the purposes of clarity. Thank you.
Address if they think that they are genuine.
Yeah, thank you.